DL Hughley just dropped some bombs, some knowledge right now. You know what he said? He said, you know who's not on the Epstein list? No black people, no immigrants, no trans, no drags. And you know what? That is so true.
Y'all want to know who ain't in them Epstein files? Ain't no black people in them Epstein files. Ain't no Latinos in them Epstein files. Ain't no illegal immigrants in no Epstein files. Ain't no Haitians who are eating dogs and cats in them Epstein files. Ain't no illegal immigrants in no Epstein files.
Magas are mad, and I mean this, yeah, because there's no these people near around the files. These people can't even beat the allegations because they have resorted now to coming out and defending these acts. But if it was only black people doing it, those prison rooms would have expanded in 5 minutes. But now I understand why they are mad. Because these people are not anywhere near these files, and they know it. I came across one video that made so much sense to me, and I decided to do a deep dive, and it made more sense why they are upset, because it's not us there, it's these men, and they are defending this. My dear, if you thought it's just in the US, it's even across the my God, you can make these things up, but I want us to look at some of these videos. We'll come back and talk about it. Just do me a favor, like the video, share it. I'll be back with more definitely.
Y'all want to know who ain't in them Epstein files? Ain't no black people in them Epstein files. Ain't no Latinos in them Epstein files. Ain't no illegal immigrants in no Epstein files. Ain't no Haitians who are eating dogs and cats in them Epstein files. Ain't no illegal immigrants in no Epstein files. But you know who was in them Epstein files? A bunch of white men. A lot of white men. 99% of them are white men who are in them Epstein files. That's why they don't want to release them. But you don't see no illegal immigrants in there, do y'all? Ain't no Barack Obama or Kamala Harris in them files, none of that. Y'all don't see none of that, do y'all? Y'all just see white men in those Epstein files. Powerful white men in those Epstein files. So why wouldn't Democrats want to release the files, as Mega say? Those ain't our people. We don't give a fuck about no Larry Summers. We don't give no fuck about no J.P. Morgan, Chase. Who gives a fuck about them? Those not our people. Bill Clinton, go get Freaky Bill all y'all want to. We do not care. But we know our people are not in them Epstein files. No blacks, no Latinos, no Asians, no Mexicans, no Indians. But you know who's in there? Trump and all his white friends, all them powerful people who traffic young girls are white men. And that's why they don't want to release those Epstein files. Tell me if I'm wrong, y'all. Tell me if I'm wrong. Do y'all know anybody that's not white that's in those Epstein files, y'all? So release the damn files, and Mega, don't use, we don't want the files released. Them ain't our people. Those ain't our people. So we need everybody accountable for their actions. But we know who in them files, y'all. All white men. All white men.
DL Hughley just dropped some bombs, some knowledge right now. You know what he said? He said, you know who's not on the Epstein list? No black people, no immigrants, no trans, no drags. And you know what? That is so true. You're not going to find no DEI hires on that Epstein list because you know what? It's a middle-aged white man's game. The largest demographic of offenders are middle-aged white men. And I'm not even making that up. That's like actual statistics. And if you support this, like DL Hughley says, you have a favorite file.
Well, the veil has been lifted today because a whole bunch of leaders in the US of A are showing their colors, honey. They're taking to the internet to film videos to try to defend you for their orange friend. And well, the veil has been lifted, honey, and we see you. I have watched one white man after another over the last 24 hours whip out his phone and start filming videos, making excuses. This morning, I watched this white man hop on the internet with his full throat, honey, and tell the whole world, that he knows for a fact that if a man was stranded on a deserted island with a 14-year-old girl, that eventually he was going to touch her. And he said this so confidently, dear. He just knew. He knew from his own personal experience as a man that's what all men would do. And I just want to say something today for several men across the US of A, millions of men across the globe. You got it wrong. Because under no circumstances whatsoever would my man touch a 14-year-old girl. I know that for a fact. I've watched this man get up off the couch and run to the bathroom and start vomiting, listening to me read through some of the emails. So it's not every man, honey. But his video reminded me of something. It triggered a memory in me. It triggered the memory of me as a young girl having already been abused by my neighbor, by my mother's friend, by the teenage boy that lived across the way. I remember watching Blue Lagoon, and I remember watching, right there on my TV, them sexualizing a young girl like me. I remember that so clearly. I remember thinking that day, nobody's ever going to believe a word I have to say. Ever. Because apparently, it's okay. When he said that about a desert island, that's all I could think. That's all I could think. Was watching Blue Lagoon as a little girl, as a young girl. And thinking, nobody's ever going to believe a word I have to say. Nobody's ever going to fight for me. Nobody's ever going to protect me. This is just going to keep happening to me over and over again. Because we make movies about it and we glorify it. But the veil has been lifted today because we're watching these men come out of the woodwork with all sorts of excuses to defend their vile behavior, their disgusting thoughts, their unforgivable actions. The veil has been lifted. So please, all of you, y'all take to the internet right away and please show us your face today. Those of you who think it's okay because you might be stranded on an island with a child. Because in your mind, there's a difference between 12, 13, and 14. Because in your mind, it's not as bad as 8. Yeah. Unveil yourself today. Let us all see you. So we can let your employers know, and your church know, and your school know, where your kids go. Yeah, they probably want to know too. So keep unveiling yourself, boo.
Well, it's nice to know that these MAGA predators are coming out of the woodworks. The predator-in-chief has given them a platform and has enabled them to come out and be bold about their stance and their ideology about grape. But for those of you that don't know, Dean Withers is a large content creator. He's a political debater here on TikTok and on other apps as well. And a day or two ago, he had a maggot go up to his panel and ask a question about grape.
Are you asking me why it's wrong to children?
Yeah, I need you to tell me why it is wrong in your eyes to do that. Yes. Do you need me to repeat it? Can you not hear me? Do you have too many cocks in your ears, or what's up? Why is it wrong? Is that too hard of a question? You can mute me.
I need TikTok to do me a big favor. We need to make this account famous. As an SA survivor myself, it is my duty to expose these types of accounts, all of these beta males that hide behind these accounts and think that it's justifiable. They think that their comments and the way that they speak on social media have no consequences. TikTok, you all know what to do. Share this video, like it, place it on other apps, do what you have to do. And every single time these beta males come out of the woodworks on social media, it is our job to screen record this and make sure that their accounts become famous and let the whole world know where they stand on this. This is predatory criminal ideology if this person isn't a predator already. And I'm pretty sure their employers would want to know who they have working for them.
Let's say you're right. I'll grant that you're right, and he's on the list and all the things, and you're right about all the accusations you've been making. Why is it wrong that he did those things?
Are you asking me why it's wrong to children?
Yeah, I need you to tell me why it is wrong in your eyes
To
to
children.
do that. Yes. Do you need me to repeat it? Can you not hear me? Do you have too many cocks in your ears, or what's up? Why is it wrong? Is that too hard of a question?
It's happening. It's actually happening.
Why don't you actually answer the question?
It's actually happening.
No, because I asked the question. Why are you?
I didn't think this one would happen. You know, we see it often. They'll say that something's wrong, and then Trump will do it, and then they'll defend it. Did that with J6. Did that with the J6 pardons. Did that with the Medicaid cuts. Did that with the SNAP cuts. Just didn't think they'd do it with
You're obfuscating. Just get to the fucking point, bro.
I just didn't think they'd do it with China. And now we're seriously at that point where Trump's supporters are now saying that it's not wrong to children and asking why it is wrong to children.
Hey guys, so the evidence has become so damning on Donald Trump that his supporters are now saying, what's wrong with graping children? Can you tell me what's wrong with graping children? That's the state that we're at. I need every single MAGA voter to understand this is you. Whether you don't believe in that sort of sentiment or not, if you still support Donald Trump, that's what you support. You are on the side of grape.
Hey there. As you might imagine, I've received a hell of a lot of pushback on my recent posts about child SA. But almost all of it hangs on a report from the so-called Center for Migration Control by one Robert Bates, a man so steeped in the hard right ecosystem and, surprisingly, a campaigner for Reform UK. You'll have seen the claims. Afghan men, Somalis and Albanians supposedly many times more likely to commit these kind of offences, and it's had my opponents frothing over the numbers as if they're some kind of slam dunk. Bates filed a Freedom of Information request to a handful of local authorities. He cherry-picked the responses and then span these scraps into sweeping claims about migrants as sexual predators. No peer review, no proper context, and a thunderingly dishonest dose of statistical sleight of hand. I strongly recommend you look up Lewis Arent's excellent work dismantling Bates's methods. He shows the dishonesty with consummate elegance, and I'll link this great piece below. Yet as ever, the right-wing press and GB News have lapped it up, they've amplified it, and they've applied not a single modicum of scrutiny. I refer now to the most complete national dataset ever assembled on child SA, the 2025 CSA Centre report. It covers every recorded case in England and Wales where offender ethnicity was logged. I've captioned the figures above, and they show conclusively that white offenders are responsible for the overwhelming majority of cases. And more importantly, white men are the only group overrepresented per capita. Every other group is either proportionate or underrepresented. And yes, some cases don't log ethnicity, but when it's missed, it's usually white offenders who go unrecorded, which means the true figure for white offenders is almost certainly higher. So when people quote the dodgy dossier from Bates, they're not quoting the truth. They're repeating a distortion designed to stigmatise minorities and fuel hard-right narrative that is incredibly dangerous to our social cohesion. If we really care about protecting children, we should work with evidence, not with weaponized misinformation. Thank you so much for listening again.
Welcome back. I do hope and pray that you all are doing all right. And thank you so much to everybody that supports me on here. My members, you guys do me amazing. So thank you so very much. You know, we have a saying over here that if you want to catch a thief, make sure you get a thief. That fellow thief will know better how to catch a thief. Why have I brought this saying? It's because now it makes a lot of sense why when this man came in office, literally got rid of all the people that are qualified, calling them DEI hires, to hire people that are not qualified, to hire people that have never prosecuted, to hire people that have been TV hosts, to hire people that have been criminals, got them out of prisons and gave them jobs. Because he knows, Orange knows he's a criminal. And he cannot be protected by innocent people. Do I even make any sense? For him to be fully protected, he needed criminals. He surrounded himself with that, the likes of that. The people that are not afraid of defending crime, especially when it is done by him. Do I make any sense here? You would think that after these files are coming out, after the screaming, after the begging of mercy, mercy us, please mercy us, we deserve justice, you would think that, this is a party of common sense, this is a party of righteousness and good judgment, this is a party that aims at protecting Americans. Let Magas also be involved in putting pressure and be like, yes. We have seen them one time after another defending these actions. But if it was black people involved in these files, mind you, I'm not even trying to say that black people are not on there. But we have to also look at the dynamics of who has power. Black people don't have that power at that level. You don't have so many that have climbed the ladder to get there. where power does stuff for them. And you know exactly what happens to every powerful black man that climbs the ladder. I'm not saying that black people are not even there, but if we are to look at the percentage, everybody that has to go down, majority of them are. And they can't even beat the allegations at all. Why? Because you have seen it. Record. It's on record. That lady, Megan, came on the media. On record. And she's even a woman. Breaks my heart. The fact that she tried to sound like, oh, I don't support this, all of that. But, this is what I heard. The fact that you would even say something that people would think that you are insinuating something. It is crazy. Naye, that man that was on Dean with us, podcast live, TikTok live, especially those of you that don't have TikTok, I bring you this side so that you see what's going on, because sometimes mainstream media does not tell me where mainstream media played a video of that man that was defending and asking what is wrong with GRPA, whatever. Anyway, yes, stuff to children. Tell me where. Absolutely nowhere. So that's why I bring in this. The veils are torn. And they are showing who they really, really are. If you're white and you are watching me, I'm not trying to say that all of you are like that. But you have quite some people that are really deranged. It is so many that even some of you can already tell. You have gone to the UK too and seen the statistics, 90%. It makes a lot of sense why he Orange wanted to get rid of black people and people of color out of the system, so that he gets people that look like him that are loyal. He's looking for people that are loyal. Makes a lot of sense why MAGAs are upset right now. They're like, this is a hoax. Because they know who is gonna go down. It's their heroes. The people they thought they are heroes. But those white people that are not on this shenanigan, I don't have any, my vocabulary is very limited, okay? And I think it's because of that I don't have a word that can describe that behavior. Whoever is on this, whatever, I feel like America and you good, amazing, good human white people, this is your time to pull down these strongholds, because you're so close. It's in your hands. The target is in your hands. You have kids to protect. You have grandkids to protect. But hey, colored people, I think it is so obvious, especially I'm talking about specifically the MAGAs, it is so obvious that it has always been a deflection. The hate has always been a deflection. This is not to say black people don't commit crimes, black people don't do... I'm not going to be that delulu. I will not on this channel. I'm not going to be delulu and say black people don't do. They do. They do. But Majority of them do not come out in the public to defend this. Why, mamas? This is your chance to shine. Because I've been told, I've heard quite a lot of them. Really, they be silenced and things be happening and they are helpless. It is after voices of minorities come in. And that's when they get the energy. This is your time to shine. Don't cover up for anybody. This is you, the trauma that you carry, the kids, the trauma they carry and everything. Everybody has been saying the problem of the US of A is not all of them, but so many. Let me know what you think. But in this whatever Epstein cycle, if we are to see so many people, of course we know the likes of Diddy. Yeah. There are some big names that have been hinted. We are waiting for them. But guess who don't give a day about it? Black people. Because this is not a behavior they condone. Democrats, they don't condone any of this. They're like, if you release, let them go down. So, which party is of justice? I'm just saying. I want you guys to let me know what you think, because where we are right now, the empire. That's the if it involved the father and his son and the grandkids, if this is a tradition, it's time to see who is on the list. Maga, go kick rocks. Oh yeah, I think I got it. I love you. I'll see you guys later. Until then, my name is Gracie. Stay safe out there. God watch over you, and above all, justice. May justice be served. Bye all.